Hello. You're tuning into another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's first topic, Raven fans are hoping for Brandon Aiyuk. Look, I want to make sure that I say this, right? And I'm talking to you guys from the heart, okay? I'm talking to you guys with common sense in mind. I'm talking to you guys like adults. I'm talking to you guys as a friend, okay? Listen to me and listen to me well. Oh! 180 slap! It's not happening. You have a better chance on going home right now, picking numbers, playing the Powerball, and winning the same day. And I saw a whole bunch of stories on Brandon Aiyuk. Oh, he said he would play for the Commanders. He's trying to get out of the 49ers, and he wouldn't mind playing for the Steelers. But the Steelers is in the AFC North with us. All great, sans and dandy. The Ravens have already come out and put water on all hopes, dreams, and faith-driven beliefs that they do not free agent pay high numbers. They just don't do it. They came out and said it. And they came out and said it so that we wouldn't get our hopes up any more than they already were. And this is coming from Nitro. This is coming from the Wunderkind Show. I'm telling y'all straight up, this is what they do. This is what they said. It's just not what the Ravens believe in, bro. So here we are. Now look, I get it. And we've talked about this ad nauseum. You got Tez Walker, you got Bateman, you got Zay, you got Aguilar, you got, I forgot that new guy. Listen, yo, on the topic, pivoting real quick. Y'all notice how I didn't even cover us picking up that veteran wide receiver? Y'all notice I didn't even pick it up? I was so disgusted. I was like, the putrid edition that you guys put on and then tried to go on and be like, oh, we made a great addition with blah, blah, blah. I don't even know his name. Yo, I looked at it and I said, you're not afraid of God? You're not afraid of God? I didn't even cover it. I was so sickened. I was like, bro, y'all have no shame. No shame. Right? And we got, what's it called? The quarterback turned wide receiver. And I think it's Cunningham. So when it comes to these topics, and that's what I'm saying, we went over this ad nauseum, that the wide receiver position is just not something the Ravens believe that they have to invest a lot of money into. They try to finagle, they try to trick their way into getting around paying that position. And I love how some Raven fans are. It's like, based on what we've seen, they do not pay wide receivers, regardless if they're producing or not. And we haven't had a lot of receivers to produce here. All the receivers that have produced here left. Yo, and this is the hard truth that a lot of people don't understand. This is exactly why I said we have Zay for roughly 4 more years, maybe 3 more years. 3 years, maybe 4 more years. That's how I'm supposed to say it. You legit have Bateman for 3 more years because the contract is dirt cheap. They do not believe in paying that position. And I have some people even come out before and be like, oh, the Ravens pay the people that produce on the team. When have they ever did that? When have they, and I'm specifically coming to the wide receiver position, when have they ever done that? Please, enlighten me. Listen, everything the Ravens do, I go off historical data. I go off what they put out there. I hate when people be like, no, wish upon a star, wish upon a far. Disney is so large. Like, what are we doing here? Wait, think about this real quick. The argument for not getting wide receivers before is because we never had a quarterback that can truly get the ball to those guys. That was part of the argument from before. If you've been a Raven fan as long as I've been a Raven fan, you remember those arguments. What are you even going to do with those big-name wide receivers? It's how we have a big-name quarterback right now anyways. That used to be the arguments. Now we got the quarterback. Now we got a quarterback with the accolades. Now we have a top 2 guy. And they're like, but now we had to pay him. That shit makes sense. And I was one of the people saying, get one of these guys before you pay him. That way you can extend the money. Either way, you're going to think about, I want y'all to understand how foolish a lot of y'all are, right? And look, this is no hate, I'm just being real. Foolish. And look, a hit dog hollers, so you know who I'm talking to, right? Think about this real quick. If the Ravens would have paid a wide receiver 3 years ago, let's say, or even 2 years ago, and paid them for a 4 or 5 year contract, right? That would be pennies compared to what they're getting right now. You got wide receivers making 30 plus a year. 30 plus. You had Ravens laughing at 10 mil a year for a wide receiver. Heck, you had some of them gawking and choking, pause, over the thought of $5 million a year. Oh, where we are you going to pay that money? It's called it always gets more expensive. It's not going to get that more expensive. Then it all balloons, and now you're like, there's no way we can afford it. So let me get this straight, y'all. So the people that run this team don't have foreshadowing. The fans that watch the team don't have foreshadowing. You just have 2020 now vision. That's all. Purple prescription. Yo, make it make sense, bro. That's what, bro. This topic really irks me, bro, because it doesn't make sense. All we get is excuses, and I get it because the excuses is a coping mechanism because that's how Raven fans have been trained. Look, Ravens are one of those teams that never drafted quarterback well. We found the diamond in the rough. If you watch Aladdin when you were a kid, because mind you, I was born in the 80s, so you know what it is. You remember the diamond in the rough. We found ours. The guy that nobody wanted. The guy they said couldn't play quarterback. The guy they said had to switch positions. The guy they said couldn't throw. The guy that said he was too small. The guy that said he didn't have an arm. 2-time MVP years later, we still don't want to give him the proper weapons around him. And there's horrible garbage QBs out there that have undoubtedly better weapons than Lamar. And I hate it. It's like, well, he shouldn't need all of that to succeed. And it's like all the top QBs that have succeeded have had that. Who was Aaron Rodgers throwing to when he got his Super Bowl? Who was Peyton Manning throwing to when he got his Super Bowls? Drew Brees, Patrick Mahomes. And if you bring up these last two, once again, the first one with his best statistics were with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce in their prime with a ready and able Andy Reid. And we're not even going to bring up Kareem Hunt. Like, come on now, bruh. These guys have guys that they can lean on. If Patrick, listen, this is how this works. If Patrick is having an off game, right? He knows without a shadow of a doubt when he had Tyreek Hill, if I give him the ball just 1 or 2 times in the right place, he's housing it. That's a fact. And that's what he did. And it got him a Super Bowl. And his best statistics, the best statistics of his career, the best 2 seasons he's had was with Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. Now, they had a coach that once they lost Tyreek, they had to change the way that they made their offense. Why? Because Tyreek is a once-in-a-generational level talent. And those don't just fall off a tree into your hands. So he had to do it by committee. And had to strengthen other places on the team because of it. That's called foreshadowing. It's called having common sense. I've watched Lamar not have the targets and also have bad offensive line play. Make it make sense. Like, come on now, man. So, look, I'm not hating. I'm just telling y'all the truth. If y'all think we getting Brandon Aiyuk, bro, go play the lottery. You have a better chance of winning that. I'm serious. Because the Ravens are going to Raven this. For us to win, we're going to have poor players or bad players somehow rise to the occasion and be good players. We're going to have good players rise to the occasion and be great players. And we're going to have our very few great players, the Roquans, the Lamars, the Kyle Hamilton, heck, Derrick Henry, because to me, he's a Hall of Famer, literally become in the same game legendary players. That's the only way we're going to win. We don't give ourselves enough cushion or movable area for mistakes. It's not like we're working with a top 5 O-line. It's not like we're working with a top 5 receiving core. Bro, I heard a Bengals fan say the Ravens even had a top 3 receiving core. I was like, what did you say? Oh, bro. Make it make sense, bro. Make it make. And you know how bad it is? And if for every single one of you that watch this and say, Nitro, you're wrong, I want to ask you a question. Because the media has come out with their mouths with it too. What would Lamar look like with a true number 1? How many times have you heard the media don't let Lamar get that guy. Do not let him get a guy on the outside, because it changes the way you can play defense. It literally changes the way you can play defense. You know this, right? I want to ask you, forget the media, right? What would Lamar look like with a true number 1 receiver? A guy that commanded double teams on the outside, that rolled safety coverage over to his side of the field. Just ask yourself that. Now ask why on God's name and on his earth, why the Ravens won't give him one. And keep saying, well, we hope Zay turns into one, or we hope Bateman turns into one. Hoping for Brandon Aiyuk. Bro, let me go play the lottery right now. Make it make sense. But what do you guys think? Are y'all believing in this Brandon Aiyuk getting him? Are y'all believing that he could be a part of the Ravens? Or are you like me saying, bro, it's never going to happen? Never, especially for the number that he's asking for. He wants 27, 28 mil a year type level money. You understand where I'm coming from? But let me know what you think down in the comment section about that addition or the lack of addition of him, all right? But as always, that's the episode of The Wunderkind Show. Thank you for watching. Y'all know how we get down. We have fun and we laugh, but everything we talk about rooted in what? Facts and truth. Please do remember, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. You know, love the comments. If you have not done so already, check out The Wunderkind Show's Patreon. Yes, 3 tiers of content goodness waiting for your consumption. Give it a look, give it a try. Let me know what you think. Guys, we're going for 10,000 subscribers. Hit and smash that like button. Tell people about The Wunderkind Show. Let's build this thing the right way, because that's all that matters at the end of the day, is building this the right way. I'm gonna try to do it. You know what I'm saying? And if you'd like to donate to the channel, help out with equipment and such stuff like that, bottom of the screen, you see it. QR codes to a Cash App. Cash App's located in the description of every video that we do. Name of it is $, The Wunderkind Show. Super easy. And once again, we're saving for a Starlink. We almost have enough money for the Starlink. We're about $100 off from the Starlink. And then, of course, I'll buy that before I buy the cameras, because that's the cheaper version. The cameras are a lot more expensive. Hey! Look at those prices. But that's what we're literally saving all the money for. So when you donate, that's where it goes to. All right? But once again, this is The Wunderkind Show. This is your host, Nectar, signing off. And as always, you know my slogan. Peace. And I am out of here. Huh? Yerp.
Finish him, Daddy.